Sorry guys, don't know what happened. Something kicked me off. Who knows? Jump back on, jump back on. Okay, so we're gonna start building all of this really deep up top and along our jawline. You guys jump back on. I don't know what happened. Facebook went crazy on me and kicked me off. Kicked me out. What in the world? So we're going to build underneath here. We're going to make this very dark because we're going to make the illusion that this look actually sits separate from the rest of our body. That's why I have on a strapless top, because normally I would not be on Facebook in a strapless top. Hi guys. Hi Teresa. Okay, so we're going to build this up underneath here. So as we're doing a skull, like I said, we want everything to start really skinnying out. And the only way we can do that is through dimension. So we're going to put a bunch, we're creating shadows basically. And I'm building this with our bronzer underneath our cheekbones. I don't know what happened. Facebook. You know, I did move to the middle of nowhere where my service is sketchy and I don't have Wi-Fi yet. They'll be here next week. So normally I would chisel out under here to lift the weight out from underneath my chin with my contour, and I would blend it down my neck. But for today, we're going to leave that alone. We're actually going to meet these two here, which is not normal, and create that separation there. So we're working with shadows. Every time you contour, you're just working with shadows. Now I'm going to go in. Normally I would use this brush for my nose to do my chiseling there. And I would do under my lip to create that fullness, but we're actually going to be hiding my lips anyway with teeth crystals. So we're not going to be too worried about that right now. I'm going to go in with a smaller brush that has a point on it into my bronzer, and that's what we're actually going to be doing the contour on my nose with, because I want to be very careful about placement here, when normally I would have that very spread out. Girl, I don't know. They told me, so I told them when I signed up for my Wi-Fi, I told them that I would be doing Facebook Live videos, because this is how I run my business, how I make my money. I told them that this is what I would be doing. And they were like, oh yeah, well, we don't have anything that offers enough for you. So you would have to go to a business package, and that runs about $150 a month. What? All right, I'm going with a dry brush since I placed that pigment very carefully along the outside of my nose, and I'm just going to blend that out. And then down the sides. And we're going to be deepening this up a little bit more. Yeah, I'm not paying $150 a month for Wi-Fi. That's crazy. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. For right now, I'm using the data package on my phone, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so we're beginning to chisel out the beginning steps of that skull here. Coffee break. So that's who I called, Kimberly. Hi, Kim, by the way. I didn't see you jump on. I'll see you later today. Yeah, so I don't want to use satellite because we're out here, and every time I can't afford for my internet not to work if it's rainy or whatever. So I really have to use something that's lined in. But AT&T doesn't come out here yet. And Westex Connect is who I've always used out here. And so I called them, and that's who told me it'd be $150 for a business package, because their packages, their residential packages, don't handle the live streaming upload and download, apparently. I don't know. Anyway, welcome to Podunk. All right, so we're starting to chisel that out some. So I want to really define that in deeper, but I'm going to wait and do that after I do my eyes. So I'm not going to be coloring in my eyebrows like we normally do, because basically those are going to be like they don't exist. So I'm going to go in with a brush, a smaller brush that doesn't have as much movement. We're going to take our Zero concealer, waterproof concealer, and that's what I'm going to be using to hide my eyebrows. So if you're doing a look where you do like a bald cap and you want all of your hair hidden on your face, but you don't want to shave your brows off, you can take a glue stick and put a glue stick on top of those and then cover those with foundation and setting powder, it will actually make your eyebrows disappear. So for right now, we are just going to be using my concealer. And this is just going to sort of help lay those down. So I'm pressing pretty firm against my brow, and that's going to help lay those down. And then I'm going to go in with my Blenderful into my foundation. They don't have to be completely hidden. I'm just not covering them. This is going to help just sort of take some of that coloring out of them. And then I'm going to hit those with a little bit of setting powder. I can hear the rain falling outside. My studio is still so echoey. I need to get some stuff on the walls. Okay, so there's eyebrows. Now I'm going to go in and start my eyeshadow. I have chosen to do a very bland coloring. So this is not a sugar skull, so there's not going to be tons of pops of color. Hi, Cassie. So this is going to be a pretty basic coloring. We're going to stay very neutral. So I want to go in with my eyeshadow blending brush. I have yellow pigment on it from yesterday, so I'm going to be using my pigment cleaner. This is just a dry sponge inside of a tin can, and what it knocks all the color off your brushes in between colors. So I'm not having to wash my brushes every single night because that would be insane and not good for my brushes. And I'm going to do a brush cleaning tutorial too, because there's a bunch of people that are cleaning their brushes wrong and it drives me crazy. But we're going to start light, and I'm going to start building some pigment coverage on my eyes. We are going to stay in the gray black family. So I do have my Quality, my Ready Jet Set Go, and my Radio Star, and my Ready Jet Set Go. So I have 2 grays and a black, and we're also going to be incorporating some browns in there. So I'm going to start very lightly with this color here. Hi, Crystal. Sorry, I'm glad y'all made it back. I lost everybody. My janky Wi-Fi. So we're going to start coloring. Now I'm going to spread this pigment all over. Thanks for sharing, y'all. Share, share, share away. We're going to start creating, so, you know, skulls are going to be very sunken in the eyes, but we're going to try to do this to where it's still a kind of a beautification. So I'm going to be using very dark coloring, but I don't want to black out my eyes. So I'm going to be using this mostly in the crease and windshield wipe blend from the outside circular motion in. Hi, Daryl. And feel free to bring this up as high as you want. And we're going to be going in, and I'm probably going to be tweaking and defining and everything else until we get a finished look out of this. So just like the other products, everything's buildable. So remember, start small with your eyeshadow. It is 50% pigment, guys. If you go into these eyeshadows and you start using them like eyeshadows you buy at like CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, you are going to regret it because you're going to have an amount of pigment on your eye you can't deal with. So start very small and build it in. Gosh, it's hot in here, y'all. These lights are warm. So I'm building a pretty intense coverage with this brown, bringing just a tad bit of it down onto my actual eyelid, building most of my color with a circular motion in the corner, and working in. Guys, this is going to be a very long video. Buckle up. Thanks for staying with me. I don't know nobody else has anything to do on a Saturday than hang out with me and do skull makeup. It's going to be pretty cool at the end though, I hope. All right, now I'm going to go in and start adding some of that gray in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using a pointed brush to apply most of it to my inner corner. But for now, I'm going to go in with a shorter bristled eyeshadow brush. So we get less movement, which means our pigment stays in one spot a lot easier. We're going to go in with the shorter, these are our professional Lime Life brushes. It's got shorter bristles on it, so you get less movement out of your brush. So that's going to help with direct placement of pigment. So I'm going to start small with this Quality Gray here. It's a little bit lighter than the rest of them. And I'm going to start sort of blending that in. Now those two colors, because they are professional grade pigments, I can blend two colors together to create a custom color. So this is not going to sit on top of this. It's actually going to start blending in. And those two colors are going to mix. So it's going to create a little bit darker. And I'm going to be focusing that mainly in my crease and on my eyelid. So I don't know if you guys can see that. So focus this on your crease. And just go in circular motions and blend that in. Hi y'all, hello. Everybody's like, what? I'm getting messages while I do this. Like, why are your eyes gray? Because it's not, guys, this is not a normal everyday look. I know that's what y'all are used to, but we are actually, I just flung pigment on the outside of my eye. So I did something I'm not supposed to. Don't flick out because that'll go on your face. So practice moving inward. And then I'm just looking behind you guys into my Reiki mirror to make sure everything matches. And keep everything very even. So we're just going to keep working. Keep working that pigment. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be so worth it. Okay, I'm going to go in with a more pointed brush to put the very darkest colors into the crease of my eye. So I'm going to start with this black here. Now guys, when I say 50% pigment on the rest of these, this is 50% black pigment. It is so much pigment. Start very, very small. I'm doing a sugar skull-ish look, except there's no color. It's all bland, Savannah, and it's gonna have crystals all over. I do not have a source picture. Like I said, I have nothing to look at while I do this. I kind of had to study a picture yesterday and then just kind of fly by the seat of my pants right now. So we're going to start putting that black in deep into our crease and working that pigment to the center. But we're going to focus a lot of that on the outer corner. So right along your lash line. And then I'm going to show you guys later on here. Hi, David. I'm going to show you guys a very intense look with, guys, the power of our eyeliner. I'm telling you, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. So when I'm doing, I don't wear eyeliner on the daily when I'm doing my regular everyday makeup. But let me tell you, when I do looks like this and I need some precision work done with lines, oh my goodness, the power of this eyeliner is incredible. So if you are an eyeliner user and you do wear eyeliner every day, I'm telling you, you want some of this. So I'm working that pigment very directly into that crease. And there's going to be a harsh line there, which normally, everyday look, I would tell you to blend until your hand cramps. But for today, it's a little different. We want that very sunken look. So we need something very defined and dramatic. So that's how we build that shadow with this black. But I didn't want to do the look. I still wanted it to be pretty. I didn't want to black out that whole section. I still wanted it to look very feminine. So here we go. All right, so we've got that black pretty much in place. Now that harsh line, like I said, is going to stay. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to use setting spray with my pointed brush. This is our number 6 brush. And I'm going to go in to this Radio Star, which is, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It's kind of shimmery. I'm going to go in with my setting spray into this, and I'm going to make that section of my eye pop. Because everything's very like glitzy glam. It's all going to be very sparkly in the end. So we're going to add that Radio Star here to our lid. Hopefully you guys will start kind of seeing all of this come together as we go here. So setting spray, Radio Star. And normally if I'm putting a lighter color on my lid like this, I would crease cut that, which means we go in with concealer and conceal that section and then add our light pigment. That's what gives you that very dramatic effect because it cancels out anything underneath. However, I'm wanting this to blend. I don't want it to be direct separation. And guys, we are flying blind here. I have no source picture, so stay with me. Okay, so there we have kind of a glittery impact on our eyes. So we're gonna go in. Hello, Rhonda. Welcome to the Crystal Skull Take 2. Because my first one, Facebook decided it didn't want me on this morning. So not normal everyday makeup. Y'all say hi when you get on. Hi. If you're not used to following me, click my nose. Hit click follow down below. All right. Share, share, share away. Share videos, y'all. So my skin actually feels, even though this is all Lime Life stuff, so even though I have a tremendous amount of coverage on right now for the skull look, I don't feel like I have any makeup on at all. So you're not going to have any of those crazy chemicals and stuff in your makeup like Halloween makeup would have. And you don't feel very cakey and dried out. It's not going to start looking weird or funny. Once I get this look all in place, it's going to stay that way all day. So, which, yeah, probably not going to wear this all day. I could go to the store like this, I guess. All right. So there's our basis. Now I'm going to go in and start super defining all of that contour. Guys, I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous. What if I ruin it? Okay, here we go. So I'm using a very fluffy eyeshadow brush. This is a very fluffy blending brush. That's what I'm going to be using because I don't want heavy spread. I want very defined, but I need it to be lightly built because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so normally with a source picture, I don't freak out at all because I can just reference back and forth. But without it, we are flying by the creation of my brain. You're welcome. So we're going to start with this. This is Brownie Points. I'm going to start going in with that. Tap off your excess. Remember, professional grade pigment. Tap that off. And we're going to start defining this. I use my bronzer first as my base. And we're going to go in with this Brownie Points and really super define this cheekbone. So this is going to give us that very sunken look. I'm looking behind you guys into my Reiki mirror because it's really hard to see exactly what's happening on my phone. That's going to give us that very dead aging kind of look. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's blending together to give you that very death. It's a death color. Looks like death. So we're going to start here. This is going to be our most sunken point and work out. And just blend that Brownie Points color into our look. Guys, I know that there's no description on this video at the top right now because I had to restart and I had to do it quickly. But this is take 2 of the Crystal Skull for Halloween. So this is not my everyday look. I see a bunch of people jumping on that aren't usually on. Hi, Nicole. So we're going to start creating this skull definition with, we used my bronzer and now I'm using this Brownie Points eyeshadow. And we're going to start super creating that definition. Tapping off that pigment. So this is a long video, so y'all stay with me. Talk to me, say hello. So along the underside of our jawline here is where I'm creating a lot of that same death color definition down here. And just blend, 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 guys, for this part. Because you're wanting to create that very shadowy effect. I left things very defined on my eye. However, this part I want to look like a shadow. So we need to really shade all of this in. Now this right here, I'm going to be building. We're going to have a defined shape here that goes here and here and here. So it's okay to build. I'm going to kind of give y'all the shape I'm looking at in my brain. It's going to look sort of like that. So right now it's okay for me to build that coloring. And just go into your hairline. So I wish I had a wig that would match this, and I don't. Guys, I need to go costume shopping. So we're building that shadow in right here. Sort of, it looks sort of like an M, I guess. Hi, y'all. So I had to restart my video. So you guys don't think I'm crazy. This is not my everyday makeup. I'm actually doing a crystal skull, for those of you that are wondering. Hi, Megan. Hi. So we're just sort of building that skeleton base right now. And I'm using my Brownie Points eyeshadow on top of my bronzer. And I'm just blending all of this in and working all of this into like that skull shape. So I've already heavily defined this, heavily defined under here. We're working on the forehead bone structure. It's gonna be a long video. Grab a cup of coffee, y'all. Now I'm gonna go down the sides here. And we're lightly blending because I need that very chiseled. So I don't want a lot of that pigment to move anywhere except for right here. And remember, we built that very bright section on the tip of our nose because that's going to be the actual bone. However, I'm going to put a little bit of this coloration on the tip of my nose because the shape that we're going to build for our nose is going to come up here, down to the center, a shorter section here, and then all of this will be darkened out. So I'm actually going to go in with my bronzer and kind of start building that section here. So up higher on this side and lower on this side. Ren, why are you sniffing at the door, buddy? Okay, so we're going to start building that deep color here. A little bit higher on that side and a little bit lower on this side. Now remember, I don't have a source picture, so all of this is created straight out of my brain today. So I brought that down just a little bit on the sides because that's going to help create that shadow. So from far away, this is going to look like it doesn't exist because it's going to be blended into the deep background. So when we do our actual drawing of our dark, it's going to go, hello, Benjamin. It's going to go up here and then down here, and that's all going to be blacked out. So remember, we haven't added any black definition yet or coloring. So that's all going to start going into place, and it's going to be very skulled out in the end. So our eyeshadow is in place. Our base of our shadowing is in place. This is where I start getting nervous. Okay, so I am actually going to go in and on the tip of my Blenderful, which is going to need a bath after all of this. I'm going to go into my Waterproof Concealer Zero, which is that very bright concealer. I'm going to add that to my lips. Now we're going to go in and we're going to be shadowing these in a little bit. Because once I add the defined teeth, I can't talk to y'all and do this. After I add the defined teeth onto here, this is basically going to be blacked out and blanked out. So I'm going to go in with my eyeliner pen in between those crystals that I place as teeth. We're going to go actually into that, and we are going to be putting the eyeliner pen inside that to kind of create that shadow. So I'm blanking out my lips with concealer. Okay, I'm going to go in with, and this is just me kind of flying by the seat of my pants here because I want to define my mouth a little bit. I'm going to go into this Bare Metal palette right here, into this darkest color. And I'm using a very fluffy brush and a very light touch on that palette. And I'm just going to go around my mouth a little bit. We might end up looking more like a zombie than an actual skull, y'all. All right, I'm blending this all around my mouth and into that, just barely out into that. Ooh, it's kind of starting to look skeleton-y, huh? What? I'm going to blend that into this as well. I wish I had some contacts to like black this out. That would be awesome. I'm adding that Bare Metal palette color into I have messages coming in. Don't forget, guys, I am local. I do makeup for Halloween if you want me to do your makeup. So do you see now how that bone structure is starting to chisel out? So it actually looks kind of skullish, like, yes. Okay, it's exciting. I'm getting excited. Hopefully I don't ruin it because here comes the hard part. Coffee break. Okay. So everything is really starting to chisel out. I'm getting excited, y'all. Yay! Okay. Now I'm going to go in. Oh, it's hot in here. I need a fan. These studio lights are so warm. And there's no ventilation in this room. Okay. I'm going to go in and I'm going to start really, this is where like the dramatic lining is going to come in. Now, I don't have any white to do that with. Unless I use a pencil. So I'm going to start sketching it. Oh my gosh. Time out. Oh wait, maybe it's in this bag. It is. Okay. So I'm going to start sketching it out with not that one. Not blue. Ooh, guys, y'all are going to be excited. Y'all want to see another look that's coming very soon? Oh yeah. So I'm going to be using these on a sugar skull later. Another time. Okay, I'm looking for my white pencil. Time out, sorry. Give me just a second. Wait, don't go anywhere. I really honestly have no idea where it is. Gosh, I mean, I can use my professional paint, I guess, which might end up what I have to do. I need my white pencil. I have blue. That is not blue, that's nude. Gosh, I would not believe like the eyeshadow palettes that I have in my professional kit. It's a little ridiculous. Okay, I have a white pencil. Y'all don't leave me. I'm going to end up going into my professional paint. All right, professional paint it is. So I'm going to show you guys how to use professional face paint, apparently. Okay, so with my professional paints, I don't use my Lime Life brushes. I use a set of just cheapo brushes from like the Dollar Tree. Seriously, you don't have to have great brushes to do this part. I am, however, going to choose a brush that's going to give me a little bit more definition and control with my lines. And so I want something with a point, but something puffy enough. This one. So it has a point on it, but it's puffy enough to where I'm not going to be lining for days, right? I actually need white, which sounds a little crazy. So I picked out, this is my Bow Buggles Pro palette. Y'all, this stuff is fantastic. So it actually comes with a set of like stencils and stuff. You know, if you're doing kid makeup or whatever. I don't use those, just toss those aside. It does come with this array of colors without the hair attached. With this array of colors here, and then this was a gold glitter. Guys, it went everywhere. It went everywhere. I was very sad. Okay, so we're gonna go in and I'm actually gonna be using my white right now. So I have a small bowl of water here because these are water activated professional face paints. This is not stuff you're gonna find in the Halloween aisle. This is not stuff you're gonna find. This is professional face paint. So we're gonna go in with this brush into this white cake, which is dry. It's not wax, it's not cream. It's a very dry paste. We're gonna go in and wet our brush into that water, and then you start working that cake. It's called cakes. So my Lime Life makeup, you hear me reference those as pans because those are metal. They're metal pans that are magnetic. With professional face paints like this, they're called cakes. They're dry and they're hard, and you activate them with water like so. Now I'm gonna want to get a pretty good pool of paint going, so give me just a second. We're gonna activate a bunch of this in a corner here. So you just keep adding water and keep activating, because I don't want to have to keep activating while I start adding my color. And this stuff dries really quickly. So you want to make sure you have enough of it ready to go, so you're not doing it in between colors. All right, so we're activating that pool in there. Maybe y'all can, I don't know if it'll focus and you guys can see that. But it turns into paint. All right, and then I scrape my brush up against the edge like that, just to kind of get all the pigment out of the inside of the brush. And we're gonna start adding lines. I'm so nervous, oh my gosh. Guys, this is where I really can screw this up. The base shading is super easy. This makes me very nervous. Okay, so we're gonna follow our basic bone structure. So I'm gonna actually start right here. I'm gonna follow underneath here and come right here with one line. So up by where your cheekbone starts and come down. And I'm going to see, this is why I wanted to put a headband on, because it's going to get in my hair. So just like our liner brushes, when you use these things, the harder you press, just like our eyeliner, the harder you press, the thicker the line. So I start with a harder press at the top and lighten at the bottom. So we're gonna go on the other side and do that exact same thing over here. So start sort of where your cheekbone is. Follow that line and come down. Now, skulls never decay in symmetry, so don't stress out. If your lines aren't exactly even, it'll be okay. It's art. Create. So there's that. Now I'm going to go in. This is where creation comes into play. And I can already feel that cake starting to dry. So we're going to wet that a little bit more. So I'm holding this in my hand and we're dipping into this. All right, so this is where I'm going to be putting into my hair. So if you have to use your brush and just be very light-handed to begin creating your base look, then that's fine. It's not a big deal. All right, I am gonna come here. And I'm using white because this is all crystals, so everything's gonna be kind of bright. so hard to talk to you guys and do this at the same time. Keep my hairs out of the way. Okay, for my white, I'm going to go back over this. We're going to go back in with my eyeliner and darken a lot of this up. But because I'm using crystals, I wanted a very bright outline. You'll also begin noticing a lot as that cake starts to dry. You're going to start noticing a lot of better coverage. Oh my gosh, my hairs, go away. Gonna ruin everything. Okay, so now I'm going to go in. Now that cake is going to dry really, really fast. So we're pretty much done with the white for right now. I'm going to go in with our eyeliner pen. Why am I losing everything? There it is. Okay, I'm going to go in with my eyeliner pen and I'm going to start defining all of this. And then I'm going to show you guys how to shade a bunch of this in, and just everything's going to start being, it's going to start becoming very, very dark. So, y'all, I've got hairs that just don't want to mind. Sorry, give me a second. Okay. Woo! Throwing my eyeliner pen. All right, I'm going to go in and start going over some of these lines with black. And we're going to be covering, don't worry about too many mistakes when you come to your lining, because we're going to be covering a bunch of this with crystals anyway. And so these lines don't have to be perfect. We're going to draw them in and then we're going to shade them as well. I am going to use a magnifying mirror. Wherever I put it, where did I put it? Oh, here it is. So this comes with your Reiki mirror when you buy one. Oh, that's so much easier. So much better. Ta-da! So we're going to go over all of those white shapes with this. Like so. Yay! Okay, so brace your hand. If you're kind of shaky from a distance, totally cool. That's not hard to be. So just brace your hand. hold your breath, do whatever you gotta do. And so we're just gonna go along. Tell you what, that magnifying mirror is a lifesaver. So go along all of that white with your black pen. If you wanted to use a brush and black face paint, you totally could do that, but this precision tip on this eyeliner is just way easier. So that's our basis. Bones. We have bones starting. Okay. I do want to go in and create that bone here on my nose. So I'm going to use a finer tipped brush because that is going to be a very tiny line. So I'm going to use, I don't think we need that tiny, this one. We're going to go back into that white cake palette, into this water, into our white face paint. This brush is a little bit stiffer than the other ones. Okay, that worries me a little bit, actually. I don't want anything very stiff. I'm going to use my stuffy, sorry. All right, I'm actually going to be using my 15. This is my lip liner brush through my Lime Life set. And that's what I'm going to be using to create this definition, this bone structure definition on my nose. So we're going to go in higher on this side, lower on this side. I'm going to fill this in, and then I'm going to put black around the outside and mix in shading in the center. I really need that to come to more of a point. Sorry, it's hard to talk to you guys and concentrate. All right, so to smooth that out, because that looks really rough, we actually are going to go in with, dun, 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 where did it go? Oh, here it is. My Blenderful. And just, we're going to add some setting powder on top, using the precision end of that on top of that. Now this is going to be complicated, guys. I'm a little worried because I have nowhere to brace my hand to do this. But we're going to outline this in black and then we're going to shade it in. So, where's my mirror? Magnifying mirror. I find it easier to pull down rather than to go up. So I'm going to work as many down points as possible. Make that really thick along the outsides. So hard, I have nowhere to brace my hand. So remember, the flatter you lay that eyeliner brush, the thicker the line you're gonna get. So when we did our intense lines here, we used the very tip because those are very thin lines. But these intense, really like skull bone lines are gonna be very dark. So we can lay that brush flat. Sharpen up any points we need to sharpen. There we go. Now I'm going to go into that and we're going to shade that out a little bit. So we're going to use a very pointed brush, clean our pigment off. And it's going to end up with, we're going to start with that bronzer. Just like we layered the other sections here, we're going to start with that bronzer and just pat that on all over here. And then we're going to go into that darkest color of that Bare Metal palette. And we're going to be doing this to all of these white lines. And then just, a tad, just barely touch that black pigment. So the bronzer, I just heard a car door. Somebody at my house. Somebody might be at my house. So we're just using that bronzer on these white sections. And just shade those out. Now this bronzer is a little shimmery, so we're going to go in and dull that out a little bit with those other colors that we used. So that's just sort of going to help everything kind of start becoming more bone colored. Now I'm going to go in with that Brownie Points color that we used here, our dark brown. And I'm just barely touching into that pigment. Tap off your excess and start running along those bones. And you're not covering up all of the white, just go in and cover up a portion of it. Like I said, bones never decay at the same rate, so it's not the same symmetry, it's not the same shading. This is not going to be all symmetrical. Viola. Okay. Teeth. Guys, so it's going to get pretty hard. Okay, I'm actually going to go in and add some definition to my eyes with my eyeliner. So along my lash line, no major wing, and all the way along the bottom, which is not normal either. But we want this to be very blacked out. So we're going to create that very thick line on our eye. Rin, you are the loudest drinker in the world. Gosh. So create your baseline with your eyeliner. come all the way across. We're going to be blacking out our waterline as well. So, and then make that line really, really deep. Like so. Feeling fancy. I wish I had music, y'all. But then Facebook always kicks me off and tells me I don't have the right to play the music. It's annoying. All right, so there's that so far. All right, so I'm going to go in with a smudge brush. If you guys do not own a smudge brush, you are missing out on life. Okay, so this is a very short bristled, kind of thin lined brush. And we are going to go in and smudge that liner. Now our liner is smudge proof, so if you don't work quickly, you are going to miss the boat. Because once that stuff dries, it doesn't budge all day long. So go in and smudge that out the best you can. We're going to add a little bit of shadow in there to intensify that smudge. But top and bottom. Hi, Trish again. So smudge out that liner, smudge brush. Smudge, smudge, smudge. Okay. Looking pretty good, y'all. Okay, I want to intensify that white on my eye, actually. So I'm going to go in, like, on my actual eyelid. So I'm going to go in with our Danessa Myricks highlight palette here. It's kind of hard to talk to you guys with all this on my face, like I'm a serious makeup artist. All right, I'm going to go into the lightest color here, the non-holographic color, because that's coming later. And then I'm going to put that on my eye. So on top of that gray Radio Star, because remember, we're adding crystals to this, so this is all, it's not going to be a natural dead look. It's going to be a hybrid of all of those browns and natural decay and some very white and sparkly pop. Because it's my makeup look and I get to do what I want. Hi, Trish. I love you, Pumpkin. I'm so sorry you feel bad. So this highlight is buildable just like the other stuff. So we're going to go in and build that highlight on that eye. And guys, these are creams. So you can see maybe if it'll focus. When I pick it up, it is a cream. They're not powders. They're amazing. Now, one of these is holographic. If you guys don't have this palette, you need this palette. I don't care if it's just for Halloween or, I mean, I use it for everyday looks, but this palette is fantastic. I'm going to go in, gosh, I wish, ooh, you know what I do have? I'm going to go in and put this lipstick on. So this is our number 3. This is out of our one of our Onyx lines. I'm not worried about that being too perfect because I'm actually going to go in and deepen it up and we're actually going to be putting crystals over it. So it's just fine the way it is. All right, so we're going to black out the lips a little bit. I'm going to put some setting powder on top of those. And set that with powder. Just to create that deep shadow. And you're going to see me pressing my lips together because I can feel when that tackiness goes away. There we go. So that setting powder has absorbed all of that moisture out of that lipstick. So there we go. That's an easier way than trying to shadow my whole lips. All right. We're going to go in and deepen up the bottom portion of my eye a tad with that pointed eyeshadow brush and the black pigment. Directly over the top of where that eyeliner went. And into those corners. Like so. Okay, we're good. What's next? Teeth. Guys, I'm stressing about doing these teeth. Okay, I'm going to do these teeth with that first brush I used, actually. All right, so this is, like I said, just a cheap, like, dollar store brush. We're going to go back into our white cake palette. Hi, Julie. Back into our white cake palette here. And this is what I'm going to start building these teeth with. Guys, this is my first time to ever do this, so be nice. If it looks awful, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. What if I screw up this whole thing with this one part? Okay. Especially with I have no source picture because I have no Wi-Fi and I have to use my phone to actually do the video. Oh my Lord. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Good Lord, good Lord. All right, so I'm cleaning a bunch of that pigment out of this. We're gonna be using motions that go up and then down because we want our largest portion of pigment to be distributed in the center and then lightly lift up to where it comes to a point. I feel like I explained that a lot easier than it's going to actually happen. Okay. Okay, the good thing is I'm covering this up with crystals, so if it's really awful, you know, we don't care. Okay, I'm going to use my magnifying mirror, so hopefully you guys can still see what I'm doing. Building teeth. Hey, they kind of look like teeth. Fancy that. Jessica, for real, I'm just like, I don't know, I'm in the middle of a podunk town, you know, so there's not a lot of Wi-Fi options anyway. So larger base, smaller tips. Like so. And we're going to do the same thing on the bottom and pull down. When you're doing any sort of look like this on your lips, don't open your lips and stretch them out to do the look because when you release them to come in, it's going to look awful. I'm going to add a lot more water to this cake though. It's getting very thick and I can't control my color. So I'm just mixing some more water into that activated palette. There we go. I need it just a tad bit more runny. Not runny to where it's going to run, but to where I can control where my pigment is going. How's that? Look like teeth? Sorta, kinda, maybe. All right, we're gonna be covering those. I have to let that dry really, really well. And we're gonna be covering those with these crystals that I bought and eyelash glue. So I feel like the rest of it's sort of where I want it. Like I said, it's not, we're gonna be putting crystals other places as well. So if you were going to be doing this and you wanted to chisel all the way in, you could chisel all the way down to your collarbone here by putting bronzer and shading here. If you stretch your neck, I know it looks really weird, you can start making tendons based on those tendons by shading in the outside here and highlighting the top points, and that's going to accentuate all of that. I'm not doing all of that today because I just want to do the face and get it done. All right, so there's that. Let's see. I am going to go in. I don't like these pockets the way they look. I'm going to go in with a shading brush. Let me find one. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Here we go. Okay. So inside these pockets here, I'm actually going to go in and create some depth and definition inside of there. So I'm just using those colors that we use to do the shading and definition on the rest of our face. And I'm going to pull those colors deeper in this corner and shading outward. And now I'm going to go into this black. And do just the very tip corner inside there. We're going to need a lot of definition because those crystals are going to add a lot of bling and pop. And so we want a lot of other definition in this as well. So just go through and deepen up where you feel like it needs to be. And like, it's art, y'all. So it's all, what do you want? And I'm just adding this black everywhere I feel needs more definition. My eyes, I am going to spend a little bit more time blending that. And it's Halloween, so everything, you know, is way more dramatic. That cake is already dry on my lips. So we're going to add some, we're going to start adding skulls here, or gems in just a second. Remember, if you guys like the video, if you like the looks, make sure you're sharing. Share, share, share. Hit the share button. I'm going to be adding a lot more black up here in my line here, and we're going to blend that out. So if I had a white frosted wig, that's what I would be putting on right now, but the only blonde wig I have is like an actual like blonde, supposed to be pretty wig. So I need like I need a very frosted wig, and I don't have one. So just make sure you're blending those out really, really well. I'm going to grab a dry brush that doesn't have any pigment in it and get a little bit more of a blend out of that. And I'm pulling all those colors together here at the tip of my skull point there. So it's really just whatever you feel, whatever you like. You know, you could also do this in colors if you would rather have colors instead of dark. We are going to be doing a sugar skull maybe tonight with this. So those will be fun too. So we'll do a crystal one in colors. It's a little lighter, more lighthearted than this. This is very dark for me. I don't ever do very dark looks, but it's Halloween. Okay. So now I'm going to start adding crystals. You guys, I can't find my tweezers, so we're going to be doing this with my fingertips, and we're going to be doing this with glue. So, oh my goth. Oh my goth. I do, however, like my cheekbone. I like that shadowing. Oh. Holographic highlight. This one here, you can see that holographic look right there. I'm going to be adding a little bit of that to this look as well. I'm going to be using an angled brush that's very skinny. We're going to be going into that holographic highlight. This is the one that I used on that mermaid look the other day. And so I'm going to be putting that along a little bit of this here. And guys, I'm telling you, when the light hits this, can you see that? What? Amazing. So it's not enough to overpower the colors we added. It's just enough to add that holographic charm. Look at that. That's insane. So we're going to add, this is that Danessa Myricks palette. If you guys don't have this, you need one. For real. So you can't see it so well on my cheek because the light isn't hitting down here as well. But wait till I turn that Reiki on when this is all finished. It's amazing. This stuff is so cool. Can y'all see it sort of building down there? I'm going to have to order another palette just for this color because I am obsessed. I use it so much in all of my theater looks. Seriously. It doesn't help that I'm absolutely obsessed with Danessa Myricks anyway. So you guys are going to start seeing this build up here really well because the lights are hitting it. Pretty direct on. So this is what it looked like for Bunko Night when I did those mermaid looks and I used this holographic stuff. This is what made those gills like stand out. I mean, if you were doing this look and you know you were going to be in the dark all night, you could also use like glow in the dark, I guess, you know, face paint and highlight those bones, and that's what's going to show if you were in the dark. Okay, so we have holographic on. That's going to go underneath those. This is all going to be underneath those crystals. So we're going to build now. Okay, here we go. Crystal time. Let me close all this up so I don't get glue all over any of my regular makeup, because it's possible. All right, so the ones I'm using for my teeth are the teardrop shape. The ones I'll be using on the rest of my face are just round iridescent crystals. Some of them I got from Walmart. Some of them I got from the dollar store. Guys, you don't have to be expensive to make really amazing looks. This Lime Life look that I made today is made from almost all Lime Life stuff except for the white teeth. Those were made with an actual face palette, like professional face paint. So here we go. We're going to start doing this. I'm actually going to open these bad boys up and I'll show you. All right, so I just went right down the road here in Clyde and grabbed at Dollar General. I grabbed these teardrop shaped rhinestones. So those are what we're going to be using as our front teeth. And you know, just like your regular teeth, they're going to get smaller as they go back. So I actually have some other rhinestones on a palette, and I also grabbed 2 packages of different sized iridescent crystals here. And we're just going to put a bunch of this glue. It's just regular. I didn't buy Halloween glue or any of that crazy toxic stuff. I mean, eyelash glue I'm sure has chemicals in it, but it cannot be as bad as some of the stuff they sell. Now these do say that they're already sticky on the back, but I'm going to be putting some eyelash glue on the back of these anyway. And then we're going to be putting those right here as teeth. And I'm praying I don't drop these because my nails are really long and I don't know where my tweezers are. So excuse me while I probably make 1,000 crazy faces while I try to add these on. So we have to wait till that glue kind of gets tacky. And we just start adding them here. And that glue is going to give you a little while to kind of move things around and get them where you want them. And then it's going to dry clear. So don't worry if your glue comes out the edges because that's all going to dry clear. And then we're going to go in and add our shadowing in between them anyway. Y'all staying with me? A whole 3 of you guys? I can't really talk and do this. All right, so we're going to wait for that to kind of get tacky. And we have to do this with each one. This is going to be the longest process here. I'll try to make it as fast as possible, but I hear car doors. Ooh, Ren's growling. Ren, it's okay, buddy. It's okay, baby. Oh my God, there's somebody here. Hang on, y'all. Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. Watch out. Okay, I'm back. So sorry. Okay, so I'm going to finish gluing these stones on. Sorry, my landlord's here to pick up some of their stuff. Hey, are y'all going that back shed? Yeah. Ooh, it's muddy out there.
Okay, yeah, we'll probably go through the back.
Okay.
The
okay.
And then just drive stuff around to the front.
Awesome. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Rhinestones are going on. Ren, you're such a good protector. Good dog. Good dog, good dog. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Landlord's here to pick up their stuff. We're going to blow on some of these. All right, so we just have to kind of wait for that stuff to get tacky so it'll dry. Now, those I can feel are drying, and they are on there. So, you're okay, baby. Hey, it's okay. You stop. Ren, it's okay. Hey. Ren's growling at the landlord. You just stay right here with Mom. Tell you what, if anybody ever entered my house, this is the sweetest dog in the world until somebody's uninvited. He would eat somebody's sack lunch. Good boy. Stay. All right, so more glue and more crystals. Oops. Oops. Ren, you stay. Ren. Hey, get over here and stay. Okay, so remember, all that glue that's coming out the edges is not going to matter. It's all going to dry clear anyway, and we're going to go in and put that black eyeliner in between the gaps so that, this is really hard to talk to you guys with crystals on my lips. Okay, I'm going to start putting the glue here and start letting it get tacky. Ren, it's okay. You hear him growling? Ren, sorry guys, let me put Ren in the bedroom. Come here, guys. Ren, come here. Hey, it's okay, I'll get him. Hey.
Oh, it's okay. He's all right.
If y'all give me a pathway, I'll go by you. Come on. Come on. He's not mean.
Oh, he just, somebody did.
Well, he's in a new spot.
Yeah.
Come on. You're okay. Come on. Go down. You're crazy. What all y'all have?
Just the stuff that's in the shed, really.
Okay.
And we're gonna try to take some stuff to the dump. We didn't want any of the furniture that's sitting up there.
No, you don't have to take anything to the dump though, because one of my friends is coming by to get that couch that's out here.
Okay.
And that desk, if y'all don't want it. She said she's gonna come get it, and it's not been raining on, so I don't know what shape it's gonna be in.
Right.
And that furniture that's out there underneath that awning.
Yeah.
If she doesn't want that, then I'm gonna go ahead, and my friend Adrian is coming, and we're making a trip to the dump anyway.
Okay.
So don't worry about hauling anything there.
Okay. Did you want any stools?
No, I'm ordering director's chairs,
Okay.
so I'll have
So we're
those.
probably gonna get just a few stools. I may have to make a run out.
Okay.
And then we may just say, put a lot back on it. We got about this much space on the back of our truck.
Sure.
If I wanna get her grandmother's dining room table out of there.
Okay.
that sort of thing.
Okay.
And then, like I said, most of it's just like stack chairs and stools, and then there's some most of the stuff that was Dakota's.
Okay.
It's just gonna take to the dump,
Okay.
but.
Yeah, I'm not using that at all. I mean, all of my stuff's already in, so we're good.
If you don't get.
I'm in no rush.
You're in no rush?
Nope.
Awesome. So, thank you, ma'am.
Absolutely. Hey guys. What's up? Did you need me?
Yes, I was just, if we don't get anything out of there, then we're probably just gonna go. Did you have the
Oh, no, I'll mail it Monday. Is that okay?
Monday? Okay.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to put this glue. Hey, thanks for hanging with me, y'all. Landlord showed up. Ren's going crazy. I got a fly buzzing around here. They opened up that door and they just run in. Okay, so we're going to be putting a few more of these larger teardrop ones here on the bottom. Hi, Justin. Hi. Okay, so I'm actually going to start using some of these square ones towards the outside. No, actually, I'm going to be using round ones. I lied. I mean, I guess molars are kind of square, aren't they? Gosh, go away, fly. I can't get this open. How the Hades are you supposed to get into these things? I've got glue drying. Good grief, hurry up. Okay. Okay, so we're going to be using some of these square ones towards this back side here. Done. I knew it with these long nails, and I can't find my tweezers. Oh, that's easier. Okay, so I applied the glue to my lips first, and that was a lot easier. So now I'm actually going to go in and add some of these larger circles here to start finishing out. We want to taper out to very small. It's hard to talk to you guys with crystals glued to my face. I'm going to put 2 drops here. So as that gets tacky, we'll start adding some of these teardrop crystals here. Hi, Megan. Hello. So we want the point on these to go down. I'm just going to start getting all these in place. And we'll start letting those dry. Then we're going to use these medium-sized circle stones. On these spots outside. It's hard. I can't talk to you. So if you apply that glue to the outside first, that actually is a little bit easier. So we're just using eyelash glue. So if you apply it before and kind of just let it get a little bit tacky, it also gives you a little bit of time to kind of do some, and I don't need these to stay all night, so I'm not too worried about it. Dun, 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 dun. All right, we're going to be putting some of the bigger ones here. Gives that glue a little bit of time to chill out and get firm. Now some square ones. Hi guys. So I'm just kind of turning those in a little to where they line up. And you can use any pattern you want. Here we go. So I'm going to be using some of those medium-sized stones on the outside here. So hard to put those on with my fingernails. I can't find my tweezers. So there's the mouth. Guys, how fun is that? I'm gonna go in and deepen some of this coloring. Hey, Cassidy. Hey, Mackenzie. Hey, girls. So I'm just deepening up a lot of that contour here. I'm going to bring it a little further in towards those teeth and just blend the heck out of it. It's going to give me that very sunken look. It's hard to talk to you guys with crystals on my mouth. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. I'm going to use my finger and add that highlight here. Hey, girl, hey. I can't really laugh. I'm like, ha, 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 ha. It's all sinister and maniacal. So there we go. A little bit of cranium pop. Hey, y'all. Are we looking scary yet? Such a long video. Okay. So there's the teeth. Hey, Jamie. There's the teeth. I do want to sink in. Guys, this glue, I can feel it on my lips. Thanks, Jamie. Am I looking super scary? I'm supposed to be super scary. I don't feel super scary. I just don't feel like I got a dark enough blend on my eye. So we're going to go in and add a little bit more. Thanks, Rhonda. It's the longest video known to man. Well, between landlord interruptions and dog interruptions, Ren was trying to eat the landlord's face. Telling you what, you cannot show up at my house unannounced or uninvited. Ren is sweet as can be. Wonderful, wonderful dog, but he does his job. All right, so if anybody's going into Halloween contest or any... Guys, guess what I just found? My black liner. Okay, I'm going to go in and do my waterline. This is going to help close off my eye. And we haven't done lashes yet, remember. So this will still be, I'm letting those lips dry a little bit. Even though it is dark and sinister looking, it's still going to be very feminine because we're going to have all of these crystals to kind of bling it up. And I'm going to do my top waterline as well. So just look down and get that pencil right underneath your lash line there. It's going to help close off your eye. Okay, now let's get to adding the crystals everywhere else. So this is strictly personal preference at this point. So I am going to be putting what I consider bone access points. So these are going to be in these 4 main spots on these. And so I'm going to go ahead and put this on and let this start drying and getting tacky. And then we're going to be using the larger crystals off of this sheet. So as those dry, as that eyelash glue dries and gets tacky, which won't take long, so now work fairly quickly. grab those larger stones and put those on those points. Oh, come on, fingers. My fingernails are really long, and so I can't find my tweezers, and it's really hard to put these in place. And as that glue dries, it will dry clear, so don't worry about it poking out the edges. I probably got a little too much on that one, but that's okay. It'll all dry clear. So we're just going to start accenting all of this with gems and crystals. So these larger ones are going on these spots here. And it's just eyelash glue. I'm not using any like latex, Halloween, anything gross. And the eyelash glue is actually going to give you a lot more durability. The backside of these crystals are sticky, but I wouldn't trust them if I was going to be going out at night, or, you know, I could drink through a straw all night with my lips like this and be just fine. I should go shopping like this today. I need to go get some fish food. I should go out in public like this. Hey, I just moved back to Clyde. Hi, everybody. So we're just going to be putting those on those bone access points like that. You can, we might be filling these in with some smaller crystals. I'm going to put some larger ones here. And here. Jamie, don't tempt me with a good time. Hey, Jessica. All right, we're going to open this other package of stones and use those larger ones. So, I mean, ideally you would map out your look, obviously. I really didn't have... I don't have a source picture because I don't have another appliance to look at right now. With no Wi-Fi, I can't use my tablet and look at a picture, so. I know, it's a long video. So we're just adding crystals to bone structure at this point. And guys, you can go as simple or as crazy as you want with this section. It's really just whatever you want. Hair's in the way, hair's in the way. That eyelash glue is actually working really, really well. I'm really excited. So it keeps you from having to use that really gross Halloween glue, which I hate. That never really works anyway. Everything ends up falling off. This eyelash glue is actually working wonders. Those teeth are staying on and they're staying put with very little effort. So that's awesome. And I'm sitting here thinking, if you were going to do this look, I mean, why would you not just go all the way? Seriously. If you spent this much time already, just do it up. It's looking pretty good, though. All right, so I'm going to start putting some smaller stones. I don't want to use any other teardropped ones anywhere else on my face because I don't want it to start looking like teeth around my face. Oh, you guys. Okay. I do have square ones, though. I feel like those are very molarish looking now, though. I don't want to use those anywhere else. So I've got all of these dots already created with this lash glue, and I'm going to start putting on some medium-sized stones here. There are smaller ones that I'll use towards the upper section. Girl, don't be scared. Look at me, I have zero idea what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. But we're doing it. And so I do have that Danessa Myricks holographic highlight underneath this, so it adds extra shimmer underneath the underside. It's so awesome. So awesome. I think the main point of this look was just mapping out the bone structure and mapping out the hollow. Because if I had my hair up and had a wig on or something, that would look, it would look pretty hollow. My hair makes it look a little less so, but. Okay, I'm going to start putting smaller stones here on these last 4. It's going to be even harder. I really need my tweezers. Oh, come on. Need my tweezers. It's really hard to work those on. With nails on. But I can't find my tweezers. In the move, somewhere, they have been lost. So all of that glue is going to dry clear, so I don't have to worry about that. I just have to worry about placement. My fingertips are all gluey. So much easier on other people. Seriously. I don't like that one right there. Go away. New crystal, please. So much easier with tweezers, y'all. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing, replicated on this side. And I'm just eyeballing the spacing. So we already have our large one in place. So medium stones. How's everybody doing? We're getting there, y'all. We're getting there. What's everybody gonna be for Halloween? I haven't decided. Avely told me I had to go as a penguin. How do you do penguin makeup? I don't know. Gosh, that glue is working really well. I'm really actually kind of surprised. So obviously the more bling you add, the more feminine this is gonna look. And the more intense the bling. So on these last 4 is where I'm gonna add these smaller ones. Lord help me, these fingernails do not help this cause at all. Lesson learned if I ever move again, which hopefully is like never, until I get these kids grown. and I pack a bag and travel the world by myself. Remember to pack the tweezers in the purse because they are lost in the abyss of makeup gallery. No idea where they are. Which would make this placement so much easier. If you have short nails, probably not an issue. But I don't. I wear my nails long. So much easier on other people. Okay. It's hard to see when you're looking at someone else and doing their makeup. It's easy to see symmetry. When you're doing it on yourself, it's hard because you have to turn your head. So you lose that vantage point to the other side of your face. So that makes it a little bit harder. Okay. Here's where it's going to get interesting. Hey, Jake. All right. So we are going to add crystals. And like I said, it's not all going to be symmetrical. Oh my gosh, these stones, guys, this is the hardest part. So I'm adding these medium stones directly beside that large stone. Oops, not that one. And then we're going to alternate, and I'm going to put smaller ones inside those sections there. I really need my tweezers. This is really hard. Really hard to accomplish with these nails on. This fly is going to be the death of me. It's hanging out in here today. They opened that doors to load all that stuff and this fly got in. So I just have those pre-made dots of glue, so they're starting to dry and get tacky before I ever put the stone on, which is good. It saves some time. It's been the longest video ever. And what am I going to do? I'm just going to wash all this off now. So you can see all the crystals starting. So we're going to go in and add the smaller ones on this side. Again, if you're just jumping on, this is just eyelash glue. We didn't use Halloween glue. I don't like the Halloween glue at all. Good gravy. Guys, getting these. I can't get past my nails. Hello, Michelle. Hi. It's hard to smile with this on. All these flies they let in my house. The landlord stopped by and loaded a bunch of stuff out of the storage unit. And oh my gosh, now there's flies everywhere. What is the deal with the flies and mosquitoes in Clyde, y'all? I just moved back and this is ridiculous. They're crazy. Bye, Jake. Love you. All right. So we have some bone structure happening. I don't have a lot of these left, so we're going to kind of leave some of that alone. I do want to put some medium-sized ones here in the center of my eye. We're going to get these on, and then we're going to do mascara. So these are the like medium-sized ones. The same as these here. If I can get that in there. Good grief, y'all. This is so hard. Like, I have no way to get this rhinestone in the inner corner of my eye. Nope, not that one. On the ground it went. Just go to your home. Good grief. Tweezers, I need my tweezers. Okay. How do we like it? I tell you what I do want to do. I want to go in and add that holographic to my nose. So I'm going to use this is actually a Victoria's Secret pen, which is one of my favorite. It's very, very, very soft, so it makes it easy to add. So we're going to do some regular highlight. Through here, just to kind of brighten this up a little bit, we're going to grab some of this holographic Danessa Myricks highlight. This stuff is amazing, y'all. Thanks, Michelle. These flies are killing me. I'm excited to do my next look tonight, too. It'll be fun. Lots of Halloween videos coming your way now that I'm settled in the house. All right, so up by my lash line, by my brow line, I'm actually going to take what is a smudge brush because of the angle I need to get in there. And I'm going to add some of this white. Danessa Myricks highlight here. Not the holographic one, but the light one. Fly, I swear to all things holy, you and I are about to have a battle. Okay, so now we're gonna do some mascara, which seems a little pointless, but it's gonna make a difference, I promise. All right, so we have our skull built. Super fun, super fun. I'm gonna go in and add some mascara. This fly, I swear. Relentless. Okay, so we're gonna add, and I'm using my Lime Life mascara. I've decided not to put a bunch of falsies on. You can find the falsies that have the studs along the base, crystals along the base, and it adds. All right, so I normally do 3 layers of this. This is not going to be showing very dramatically because my eye makeup is so dark. So I'm going to be creating a very theatrical, very bold eyelash with this mascara because I need them to show. And that's harder to do with a very dark background. So thankfully, this Lime Life mascara, I'm not kidding guys, it's $20 a tube, and this stuff is the most amazing mascara ever. So without adding falsies, I can still get a very falsy look to where my lashes are still very visible against the background of that dark eye color. So there we go. All right, y'all, we're done. So I do have, you know, what is a look without accessories. I do have these that I thought about putting on with this, but their iridescence is a little bit different in the crystals on these than they are in the actual look itself. And I feel like it pulls away. So, you know, add your wig, add your accessories. If you can tell if you had your hair pulled up and like sprayed black, or if your hair's already black, I mean, that would look really awesome because you have nothing to contrast that structure, that bone structure you created with your contour. So if you pulled your hair up, that looks really skinny. That looks really amazing. And then of course, if I was wearing a, you know, strapless top like this, I would go in and create those bones here, shadow and highlight, and here, shadow and highlight, and that would help really accentuate all of that. But I'm just going to leave this like this. I have an appointment at 2, so I've got to take all of this off. But long video, always longer on myself than other people, plus, you know, disruptions with landlord and dog and whatever. So there you go. There's a skull. Crystals. Iridescent, holographic. All right, I'm going to take a picture. So there's the Reiki mirror. You can really see the dramatics with that Reiki mirror light on. Ta-da! All right, thanks for hanging out, guys. I'm going to go finish before I have an appointment today at 2 that's coming to my house. So love you guys. If y'all need Halloween makeup, holler at me. Come back tonight. I'll be doing another look this evening. So love y'all. Bye.